Indonesia, alma mater tercinta, junjungan kita.
It means that digital literature is a form of literary expression that uses the capabilities of digital media to create works that cannot be replicated in print. It's an evolving field that explores new ways of storytelling and engaging with readers. Digital literature, also known as electronic literature or e-literature, refers to literary works that are created, distributed, and experienced through digital technologies. Unlike printed texts that are merely digitized, for example, scanned books or PDFs, digital literature is natively digital, meaning it is conceived and produced specifically for digital environments and often relies on the interactive, multimedia, and network capabilities of digital platforms. It is not just about literature that exists online. Rather, it encompasses works that are designed to explore the unique affordances of digital media, such as hyperlinking, interactivity, audiovisual integrations, or user-generated content. At the end of the day, it brings two main characteristics of digital literature. Number one is interactivity. This is a defining feature in which readers are not passive recipients, but they actively participate in the literary experience. This can involve making choices that affect the narrative, manipulating elements within the work, or contributing to its creation. Number two is multimodality. As we know that digital literature often integrates various media, such as text, images, audio, video, or even animations. This creates a richer, more immersive experience that goes beyond the limitations of printed text. By those explanations, it can be implied that digital literature represents a transformation in how stories are told and experienced in the 21st century. It challenges traditional notions of authorship, readership, and textuality, pushing literature beyond the page and into the dynamic, network, and multimedia-rich environment on the digital world. As such, it offers exciting opportunities for both literary creativity and critical inquiry, making it a vital area of study in contemporary literature and media. There are several basic principles of digital literature that we have to understand. Number one is interactivity and participation. Number two, multimodality and multimedia integration. Number three, hypertextuality and nonlinearity. And number four, network and collaborative dimension. Number one is interactivity and participation. Digital literature often invites readers to actively participate in the creations or navigations of the work. This can involve making choices, manipulating elements, or contributing content. This principle shifts the reader's role from passive observer to active participant. This principle suggests that digital literature breaks away from traditional linear storytelling by allowing readers to do more than just read. They can interact with or influence the story in real time. This interaction creates a more immersive and dynamic reading experience. This principle shifts the reader's role from passive observer to active participant. Because in print literature, the reader simply receives the story in a fixed form. It is static and unchangeable. Meanwhile, in digital literature, the reader becomes an integral part of the storytelling process. Their actions, inputs, and decisions can influence not only the path, but also the outcome of the work. This transforms the experience from consumption into collaborations. Therefore, interactivity and participation in digital literature mean that the story responds to the reader, not just the other way around. By allowing manipulation, choice, and collaborations, digital literature turns reading into two-way experience, reshaping what it means to be a reader in digital age. Number 2 is multimodality and multimedia integration. Nowadays, digital literature have transcended the limitations of text by incorporating various media forms, such as images, audio, video, and animation. This multimodal approach has also created richer, more immersive, and dynamic literary experiences. It is not simply about the existence of a greater work, but about its active engagement with a digital readership. This concept refers to how digital literature uses multiple modes of communications, not just written text, to tell a story or convey meaning. It involves combining visuals, sound, motion, and interactivity to enrich the narrative and transform the reader's experience. This means that unlike traditional print literature, which relies solely on written words, digital literature can integrate a range of media. For example, a digital poem may be accompanied by a haunting soundtrack, animated typography, or visual art that shifts as the reader scrolls. These media forms can either support the narrative or become an essential part of it, so that without them, the story would feel incomplete. For example, a web-based story might display an image that changes with every line you read, while a voiceover narrates and background music intensifies during a climatic moment. This fusion creates a multi-sensory literary experience. Therefore, multimodality in multimedia integrations in digital literature represent a significant evolution from traditional storytelling by combining text with sound, images, video, and animations. Digital work becomes vivid, participatory experiences that engage multiple senses and expand the possibilities of narrative art. Number 3 is hypertextuality and nonlinearity. In this case, the use of hyperlinks allows for nonlinear narratives, where readers can explore different pathways and connections within the work. This challenges traditional linear storytelling and offers a more fluid and exploratory reading experience. In the context of digital literature, hypertextuality refers to the use of hyperlinks to connect different parts of a text or to link to other texts, creating a nonlinear reading experience. This stands in contrast to traditional narratives that move from beginning to middle to end in a fixed order. This means instead of reading from page 1 to the end, readers can choose their own path by clicking links embedded in the text. Each reader may take a different route, creating a unique reading experience. Hyperlinks allow a story to have branches, layers, or parallel threads that can be accessed in any order. For example, in digital short story may offer hyperlinks after each paragraph that lead to different events, characters' backstories, or alternative outcomes. One reader may end up in a tragic arc, another in a comedic one, depending on which links they click. Therefore, hypertextuality and non-linearity empower readers to shape their own journey through a digital text. By clicking hyperlinks and choosing among different narrative paths, the experience becomes dynamic, interactive, and personal, challenging the conventions of linear storytelling and inviting new forms of literary expressions. And the next is network and collaborative dimensions. In this context, digital platforms and networks enable new forms of literary creations, distributions, and collaborations. This can involve social media literature, online literary communities, and collaborative projects that leverage the connectivity of the internet. This concept explores how digital environments have revolutionized the way literature is created, shared, and developed, not just by individuals, but collaboratively across platforms and communities. Unlike traditional literature, which typically involves a single author and linear publishing route, digital literature can be interactive, co-authored, and constantly evolving. This means writers are no longer isolated. The internet connects authors, readers, and editors instantly. Publishing is democratized. Anyone can publish and share their work via websites, blogs, applications, or social media. And readers can become co-creators, giving feedback, voting on story directions, or even contributing content in real time. For examples, online platforms like Wattpad, where users write and comment on each other's work, interactive fanfictions forums where readers suggest plot developments, or social media literature where the users can produce short stories, poems, or narratives delivered in format native to platforms like Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. Therefore, network and collaborative dimensions principle in digital literature harness the power of online platforms to enable shared authorship, global interaction, and continuous evolutions of text. These practices redefine literature as a social process, where boundaries between writers and readers blur, and texts are shaped collectively through digital interconnections. To sum up, digital literature is not just a new way to read. It's a new way to create, connect, and experience stories. As we move through hyperlinked narrative, multimedia expressions, and collaborative platforms, we're not just consuming literature. We are becoming part of it. By learning and studying digital literature, we discover not just digital cultures, but new ways of seeing literary phenomena. I think this is the end of our learning session. Thank you for watching. I am Muhammad Yuseano Kardiansyah. See you in the next learning video.
Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia, alma mater tercinta, junjungan kita.